But let's turn our attention to the pharma space. Glenmark Pharma, that's the next management on our radar. The company's Q4 numbers actually came in below than what the street was working with. To discuss the numbers, what's the way ahead, we're now joined by Mr. Anurag Mantri, the Executive Director and the Global Chief Financial Officer at Glenmark Pharma. Hi, Mr. Mantri. Good morning. Good to see you in as always. Well, you've given an encouraging guidance actually for the next year. That's around 17,000 to around 18,000 crores or thereabouts. Could you tell us what all are you factoring in with regard to this growth target? Give us some color on the US business. I think Ryaltris, did around $100 million odd. What kind of a growth you're looking at? And the India business as well. I think you're guiding for mid-teen. So help us out with the breakdown.
Thanks, Nigel. So if you see, I think last year, let's look at because before going to guidance, let's look at what are the drivers from here last year. So H2, if you see last year, was a more representative because in first half we did a FB deal. So the numbers were actually including of that. But even in H2, we delivered a 15% revenue growth and also the margin of around EBITDA margin of around 21%. Now here onwards, what we are guiding, because if you see, last time when I met you, I think I guided that H2 should be 8,000 crore, but we actually missed some of the numbers in Q4 because of delay in some of our US approval, fluticasone especially, and also some of the supply chain related issues, which we will make it up in this year. So our growth is actually very broad based. If you see, all the markets we are doing well. So I think India will continue to do a double-digit growth and we continue to outperform the market. US with the reasonable what the recent approvals we have filed in respiratory injectables and also gradually the Monroe is starting the production. So we should see a good growth coming in US market also. Europe, we have launched, Ryaltris continues to be strong, as you mentioned, and then now we have launched the Winlevi in UK market. We are planning to launch Winlevi in EU market. We have got the approval. So it will continue to have drive the Europe growth. And emerging market will continue to also be a very strong branded growth for us. So across the market, which include the LATAM, APAC, Russia, CIS, and MEA region. So we will have a broad-based growth. It's not one geography dedicating to or risking to entire growth, because when you have a broad-based portfolio mix, good branded portfolios, I think we are very confident to deliver the 17 to 18,000 guidance. So what we have said.
All right. So just to understand, 17 to 18,000 crores of revenue in FY27 with margins in early 20s, I believe, right? 21 to 22%.
21 to 22%.
And India business grows in mid-teens.
Yeah, India businesses continue to grow at around close to 15% of the numbers.
Got it.
And it continues to outperform the IPM growth trajectory.
Got it. And Ryaltris grows at a faster clip is what you're saying. So could you quantify that?
We have touched now $100 million marks. It grew 50%, and we have launched in China and the other markets, and also we are planning to launch in Brazil this year. So I think Ryaltris will continue to be a broad-based growth for us.
Got it. Okay. All right. Let's focus on a couple of other aspects then, Mr. Mantri. As of now, you have cash in your books. Could you help us out with the working capital cycle? Some part of the street is a little bit concerned out there. Could you tell us what is it according to your calculation? And I think you're guiding that the number comes down closer to around 100 odd. So for this year, what does it stabilize at? And given your ambitious plans, what is the peak debt number you'll be looking at in your books for the next few years?
So last time, Nigel, I think what we said to you is that I guided for that we will target a gross debt zero in March this year, which we achieved. We also guided that our net working capital days should be around 115 to 120 days. So we are lesser than that in terms of our net working capital days, which is still the best in the industry if you see. So net working capital and working capital efficiencies continues to be focused for us. In terms of this year itself, we'll be investing in our growth markets also, in our growth expansion in some of the markets. So we'll have some of the cash utilization over there for the larger benefit of the larger value creation for the stakeholder. But despite that, we will target at end of the FY27 also to be a gross debt zero. So we'll continue to maintain that position. And net working capital days, as we guided always, is that 115 to 120 days, which are best in the industry and which will continue to maintain those working capital days.
All right, Mr. Mantri, the vision that you'll have laid is y'all are looking to become a global innovation-led pharma company. And I think branded sales should account for around 70% of the mix by 2030. Could you tell us what is it right now? And how do you see this number gradually scaling up?
So, branded business is a clear focus for us. And if you see, we have a strong brands like Ryaltris is now what we are targeting it. And eventually, it should go to a $200 million plus brand. We have launched Tevimbra and Brukinza, the B1 products in India, which are doing well for us. Then similarly, we have done a two-partner in-licensing deal with Hangdui and Hanso, which is for Omlotinib and Tresta and Regeticon. So these will be also be coming in the next 1 or 2 years, because Amlo will be launched in this year. And so this overall the branded market will continue to be very strong. As I said, Europe, Winlevi is another launch which we have done in UK and we are planning to do in Europe. So we have a lineup of the branded products. Even in US market, gradually we'll be selectively doing that. So I think overall, we are very confident that 70% by 2030 of our branded portfolio to reach. We are currently at 60%. We have a proper stack up to how we reach to a 70% market.
Final question then, how is semaglutide panning out for the industry in India? And how is your product as well shaping up?
See, SEMA, the GLP-1 category represents one of the most significant growth opportunities in the pharma industry. And as we are seeing a strong expansion in India as awareness, access and affordability continue to improve. At Glenmark, we have meaningful experience from our liraglutide franchisee earlier portfolio, and which has helped us to build capabilities to market understanding in the category. With Glippic, our objective is to make semaglutide more accessible to patients and support long-term treatment adherence. The initial response has been encouraging, and we see an important addition to our portfolio. As the market evolves, we will continue to evaluate opportunities to expand in select international markets.
Got it. Okay. All right, Mr. Mantri, always a pleasure having you on the show. Thanks a lot for joining in. We've got your guidance down and the vision for the company. We'll track you to all of these numbers. Thanks for joining in.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, all right. So that's the Glenmark conversation. Stock's flat, down about 0.5% or so. Let's sort of, take it from, we've done autos, we've done pharma. Let's talk about consumer durables. And I'm talking about the AC industry. So now